This is episode 15 of Be Nice to Yourself podcast with Natalia Schneidmiller. Welcome to Be Nice to Yourself podcast that will give you practical tools to finally be nice to yourself so you can stop yelling at your kids and enjoy being a mom. Using coaching and lots of love, I'm your Russian Canadian host, certified life coach, and mom of four, Natalia Schneidmiller. Hey guys, how's it going? It's going so well here. My kids are in camp all week, some of them. And next week, they're going back to school, which I'm really excited about. With my little ones, my twins are going to school for the first time. Well, that's not true. They've been to preschool twice a week, but this is going to be, every day, full days, and hopefully that actually stays. Hopefully the pandemic doesn't shut it down again, but hopefully your kids are going back to school. If not, I hope you're having help and mental support because you need it and we all need it, even if our kids are in school. So I want to talk today about how we disconnect with this simple sentence we say to the people in our life. And I want to really just talk about that one example because I think it's really useful just to really look at really small moments in our life and see what they create in our life to then be able to change the other moments in our life. Okay. So I want to talk about when you say something like this to your kids or your husband or whoever. I'm just curious, why are you doing that? Or why did you wear that? Or why did you put this here? Or why are you crying? Like, I noticed myself saying that to my 4-year-old. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? Because he was crying, right? So, and what I want to kind of make you aware of is that when we say that, when we ask the question, we're kind of pretending or, masquerading under the intention of, curiosity and just, good intentions and just really like being a loving person. But really what most of the time, there are exceptions, of course, we have this underlying commentary going on, like, why are you doing this? And you shouldn't be, and you really should be doing it this way. Really, right? So when we ask the why question, really what we're saying is like this, I don't think you should be doing it this way. Or I don't think you should be crying. I don't think you should be putting it here. I think you should be doing it differently, or I don't even think you should be doing this at all, right? So when we do that, we really create the disconnection from the person for ourselves, right? I want you to think of this connection or disconnection in terms of movement. When you say why, I want and the feeling you're creating for yourself when you do that is kind of it's like a subtle, mild judgment that you're having of the person, and you are moving away from that person, right? Instead of moving towards the person, right? So last week we talked about connection and what creates connection. And so when we have thoughts like, oh, they're so cute, I want you to imagine like you're really moving towards that person, the kid who you're thinking about, and when you move towards them, you are connecting, you are creating more love for yourself. You're feeling good, you're feeling open. And when you are judging that person and what they're doing, you are feeling closed off, you're shutting down, and you're moving away from that person. And the reason why I think we came up with such a smart way of saying that to the people in our life, like, why are you doing that? Because I think we want to change what they're doing because we don't think it's right. We want to find a way to get them to do the thing that we think that they should do, but without them feeling like we're criticizing them, right? Because when we do it in a lot more direct way, then they're not going to be happy with us, right? So they're going to say, stop telling me what to do. Like, this is annoying. Don't judge me, right? Stop telling me I'm doing it wrong. So when we've had that experience, we're like, whoa, okay, I'm not going to say it this way. I'm just going to keep, I can't keep my mouth shut because it kind of bothers me the way you're doing this. So I'm going to just be like, oh, no, I'm just curious. Just tell me why you're doing it, right? So, it's kind of like a smart way for us to say what we want to say without really kind of declaring that we think you're doing it wrong and you're an idiot for doing it that way. But really, it's just the same energies there, right? You're judging them for doing this, whatever they're doing. And notice how, like, I do this with my husband sometimes. I'm like, why did you salt the food? Like, I remember, like, if I cook something, or if I would cook something, he would put hot sauce on it. And it bugged me, right? I was like, oh no, he doesn't like what I cooked, so he's covering it up with hot sauce. That's what I used to think, right? And when I thought that really created that moving away from him feeling for me, the disconnect, right? Because I was judging him and I was wishing he would do something different, right? And so but what was creating that disconnect for me was not him putting hot sauce on the food. It was me and what I was thinking in my head. I was thinking, oh, why is he doing that? He shouldn't be doing that. And I would even say to him, like, why do you need hot sauce, right? And so he would be like, what do you mean, dude? I like hot sauce. Like, what's the big deal, right? And so when I did that, right, I would just close off. I would create like a little bit more tension between me and him. And it just didn't contribute in a positive way to our relationship. And then I just really got over it. I was just, now the thought that I have is, it's totally fine that he puts hot sauce on it. I don't care. He puts hot sauce on a lot of things. He likes hot sauce, right? So notice how what he does stays the same. This is what I really try to tell myself. Like, the problem is not what he does. The problem is what my thought is in my head that's creating the problem. That is the problem. It's not like the symptom. It's not like I have to think positively about him putting hot sauce on the food. It's him putting hot sauce on the food is completely doesn't affect me in any way until my brain thinks something about it. So now when I think, oh, it's totally fine, I don't have that judgment that he shouldn't. Notice how I am not kind of arguing with reality. And I'm not wishing he would do it differently. I'm not even saying anything to him, right? Which is also not creating any extra tension. And now because I'm not creating that extra barrier between me and him, I am making space for connection to happen, right? I'm allowing him to be him and allowing myself to kind of enjoy my husband as he is, right? And this is him loving hot sauce. Great. He loves hot sauce. My boys now are getting into hot sauces, and I think it's super cute how they're all trying them all different, and sometimes they blow their heads off, and it's super funny, right? And I myself like some. So now see how once I get rid of that judgment, all of a sudden my mind went into a direction of how is this impacting my life in such a great, fun way? Like, now I can see all the ways that this is super cool, right? The boys are doing it and I like hot sauce and let's try all of them. And it's so funny how they can't handle it sometimes. And it's just, now I'm enjoying so much more my boys, that I'm creating connection, right? And all of that is because I got rid of this thought, or I no longer believe it. Let's just say I still have it sometimes. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. I no longer believe the thought, why is he doing that? Why is he putting hot sauce on the food? Does he not like my food? Well, he should like my food, right? So I want you to just kind of study your life, and when you hear yourself say, why are you doing that? Why are they doing that? Or you might notice sometimes when you're complaining and it's a lot more obvious to you that you are definitely judging someone. Notice also that you're like saying, why would they do this? Like, who would do this? Why would someone do that, right? That is just a way more obvious way for us to see that why question is really not serving us, because it's creating that judgment, or it's not creating the judgment, it's exposing the judgment that we already have in our head of the person. And by like saying it out loud and really like vocalizing it, we are kind of adding fuel to the fire and like really enjoying this criticism that we're saying, right? We're like, why would someone do this? This is so idiotic, da 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 da, right? But really, it's all that's creating for you is just that closing off, disconnecting, feeling like tense and judgy and just anxious and stressed, right? Even though you might be used to it and you kind of might feel justified in saying it, and you might have all the reasons that this is correct. I want you to notice how it still creates disconnection for you from that person that you want to. And if you talk about, like, if you think about a politician or something that something does that you don't particularly want to connect to, that's totally fine that you would probably choose to keep that opinion and keep saying why, right? I'm not saying you should, want to connect to everybody. But it's only like if that's really impacting your relationship with your close ones, with your kids and your husband and your parents and friends. This is where you have that opportunity to notice the why, see the judgment underneath, and really like see, can I let this judgment go? Like, is it really okay that my friend doesn't like to be on the phone? Can I be okay with it? Like, I kind of get it. Sometimes I don't like to be on the phone that long either, right? So letting go of that judgment might make your relationship, for sure will make your relationship better with that friend, because you'll just have a lot less obstacles between you and feeling love towards your friend. All right, this is my little gift to you today. Look at your whys and see the judgment underneath them and see if you can let them go. It could be as simple as that. And if it's not, come to me. We can talk about that and question it together and see what you create in your life when you ask people in your life, why are you doing this? All right, guys, have a great week. I love you. Bye.